Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the St. Louis Blues Relocation franchise. And this just isn't any other ordinary episode of the St. Louis Blues. This is the series finale. We've gone 15 seasons, or at least we will have gone 15 seasons by the end of this episode, and that is by far the longest relocation franchise I've done. I think we went 10 seasons in Honolulu last year. I can't remember exactly how. I think it was around 10. But we've gone 15 this time around with the St. Louis Blues. And mainly the only reason we went 15 is because I wanted to see the end of the careers of some of our lifelong Blues players like Dallas Turner, Will Anderson Jr., LaMichael Dotson, those type of guys who had been here since basically the beginning. Dallas Turner and Anderson Jr. obviously had been here since the beginning, and LaMichael Dotson I think was like our first ever draft pick. So some of those guys we have serious attachments to, and I wanted to see their careers play out. But with the arrival of College Football 26 and with the pending arrival of Madden 26, which is just around the corner next month, we are wrapping up all of our series and getting ready for College Football 26 series to begin very soon. So the final episode is here. It's a good natural stopping point. 15 years is a nice decade and a half of Blues football. We've won a bunch of championships, and so I'm pretty happy with the way this series has gone, and we will finish the year and finish the series in today's episode. So if you go to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go wrap up the Blues. Oh, hopefully with another championship. At the end of last episode, we got the confirmation that Dallas Turner was going to retire. You can see it. You might have been able to see it a little bit in the bottom right corner over my face cam. But in case you couldn't see that, then here it is officially. Dallas Turner will retire after 14 years in the NFL. So he's been here since day one. Obviously, he's a rookie in real life, or he was a rookie in real life. We had him on the team as a rookie. He went all the way. We've played 14 seasons. That makes sense. The math adds up. The math is mathing. But other guys that we are waiting on is this man right here, LaMichael Dotson. He's played 13 NFL seasons. He's one of the best Blues of all time, and he deserves to retire hopefully next year. I don't know if he's going to retire after the season. I hope that he does. But regardless of if he doesn't or not, we're still going to be ending the series after this episode. But we no longer have any of those lifelong Blues players. Will Anderson Jr. retired the year previously, and now Dallas Turner retires last year. So, I mean, the longest tenured Blue player is probably Hodges, or maybe Leonard. I don't even know who would be the longest tenured Blues player on this defense. On offense, it might be one of these offensive linemen, I guess, or it could be. Obviously, we know it's LaMichael Dotson, but I don't even know who would be the longest tenured outside of him. This team has changed a lot over the years, that is for sure. A lot of it has to do with not having enough cap room, which you could consider my fault, but hey, it is what it is. We will advance through the offseason. It's probably going to be a fairly quick offseason because, hold on. Everything that I was saying, we got to put on hold because Joel Harris says he is not coming back to the Cleveland Browns. And if you guys are familiar with this series, you know that Joel Harris and the Cleveland Browns have been a pain in our side for the past half decade, 5-6 years. They've been a dynasty, and we have tried to beat them every way we can. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed, but that's actually huge news that Joel Harris is not returning to the team. Oh, okay. So we have $4.3 million. We have enough money to franchise tag one player, and I think that franchise tag has to go again to LaMichael Dotson because we cannot let him leave. So it sucks that we have to pay a 34-year-old $47 million, but that's just the wide receiver cap hit or a franchise tag. We can't. He's here for his entire career. We have to keep him around. It's very rare nowadays in pro sports that you get a player to spend his entire career with one organization. We had that with a few different people, with Dallas Turner, with Will Anderson Jr., and now with LaMichael Dotson. And oh my God, Joel Harris just committed the biggest atrocity in American sports. He was a Brown, and now he's a Raven. Wow. Now, we know Cleveland sports fans are known to burn the jersey of a player that leaves their team that meant so much to them. I can't even comprehend the damage to downtown Cleveland the fans would cause for Joel Harris leaving. He brought them multiple Super Bowls. He was a dynasty quarterback for them, and he chooses of all the teams, he chooses the Baltimore Ravens to be the quarterback of, staying in conference, in division, against a big-time rival. I can't even believe what is the thought process for Joel Harris. I mean, that can't simply be the best money situation for him. It has to have a little bit of I don't know, remorse, a little bit of not remorse, lack of remorse, I guess. A little like hint of bitterness. I don't even know. Why would he choose? Oh my God. And now in the top stories, the Browns bolster the quarterback position by trading for a quarterback. The Browns trade for the Steelers quarterback. What is in this league right now? This league is out of control. Hold on, I gotta see league transactions here. So the Browns signed a quarterback in free agency for $7 million for 2 years. So just a little bit of a contingency plan, a backup. But if we go to the Cleveland Browns and we go to trades, so they traded for Steelers quarterback Mike Emery for a 4 and a 7. So it doesn't seem like it was that much. The Browns traded Larry Kinnell, who is a D tackle and a 7th round pick. No, that's the Giants. Never mind. So they traded Larry Kinnell. The Browns get back Mike Emery. And then the Browns traded a 4 and a 7. So a 4-7 and a D tackle for Mike Emery is what the Browns get back to replace their franchise quarterback, Joel Harris. I mean, the drama in this final episode is out of control. Mike Emery ends up being a 78 overall, who they traded for. He is, I think I remember looking at this guy in the draft, or at least talking about him. He's out of Colorado. He's entering his 3rd year in the league, and the Steelers got back a D tackle from the Browns who ends up being a 78. So they're around the same overall. It makes sense that they would do that. I don't know why they would accept a trade for a D tackle. They've got Kari Nix, who is a veteran, but he's very good, and then they've got a young guy to replace him in Dion Newkirk. So I don't know why they would need another one, but I don't know. Who's their quarterback now? The Steelers quarterback now is Jason Fasano, who's an 80 overall 27-year-old. So they got a veteran. They got an established quarterback. He's not amazing, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense because Mike Emery was just going to sit on the bench. He was just going to waste away. So if he gets to start for Cleveland, I guess that's something. It's a good situation for him, I guess. And then here's Joel Harris, man, a veteran, leaving the Browns to go to the Ravens. Absolute crazy. I mean, look at this. He was the quarterback of the Browns his entire career. And he wasn't just a scrub. He was putting up fantastic numbers, and he won a bunch of Super Bowls. It's not going to tell me, is it? I mean, he's a multi-time MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, best quarterback. He led the league in passer rating once. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler. He was a 2nd-round pick in 2026. I mean, he's the best quarterback in Browns history. That's pretty much solidified in stone. He's obviously the best quarterback in Browns history. He's won multiple Super Bowls for them, and he just betrays them to go to the Baltimore Ravens of all teams. Drama. Absolute drama here in the final episode of Blues franchise. It doesn't even involve us. We're just innocent bystanders watching from the outside, seeing absolute chaos happen in the AFC North. We'll see if the Browns can keep up their dynasty without having their franchise quarterback now. Maybe Mike Emery can fill in. I don't know, but here we go. It's the draft time. I have no idea who's in this draft or if anybody is good. But we're going to just fly by the seat of our pants and hope that the auto scouting did a decent job. I don't even really know what we're looking for here. We're kind of just going best player available. Maybe a safety. Moses Hackett. Is he going to part the seas? I'm taking him. Moses, welcome aboard. He's number 40 in true value. He does have a hidden dev. I'll take that. For just taking a random player based off name alone, I'll take that. That's pretty sick. We go to the second round. We're always in need of linemen, defensive linemen, and linebackers. And offensive linemen also. Ooh, okay, there's a day 3 guy down here, Marcus Addison. And apparently I've lost my connection to the EA servers, which is strange. Service sucks so bad, man. D-tackle, we could use a backup. We're not, like, in desperate need of one, though. Linebackers are not looking too great. Corners, same deal. I think I might take a lineman if there's one good. Because you can never have too many offensive linemen. And here's one. You got Junior Morant. Maybe he's Jaws' brother. I don't know. I'm going to take him. You can never have too many offensive linemen. He's number 123 in true value. Okay, he's not good, okay? I made a mistake. I have made a drastic mistake. He looked fine. He ends up not being fine. But I think I want to take that. Yeah, let's take this Marcus Addison dude. We'll grab him in the 3rd round. And then that's probably going to be... All right, no depth trade, but he's number 66 overall. I think it's going to be the end of my draft. We'll let the CPU handle the rest of it. We got a pretty decent safety out of it. Obviously, we're not taking it that seriously in the draft this year because these guys will never see the light of day unless, obviously, they're like a freak. 74 overall is not bad. Addison ends up being a 72. Dwayne Williams is a 71. All right, they're a bunch of bummy type of players, but it's okay because they're not going to matter. They're not going to start for us. We already have our team pretty much established, so we're good to go there. But if we take a look at this roster before we head into the regular season, let's do a quick little generate best lineup. LaMichael Dotson is a 75 overall. Please retire after the year, LaMichael. I don't want to see you regress it any further. It's hurting my heart. You're already in the ring of honor for us. We've got a great linebacking duo. The defensive line can use a little bit of work, but it should be good enough to get the job done. Hackett is going to back up Faulkner. He'll be good on special teams. How big is he? He's 6'2", 218. Can you play a little outside linebacker? 6'2", 218. That might be a little small for an outside linebacker. But maybe he's a higher overall than Walls. Let's turn him into a right outside linebacker and see if he drops significantly or if he's still a 74. 6'2", that's a little small, but we'll see what happens. What do we got? Is he gonna be good? Okay, he's not even on the list. Okay. I just wanted to test it out. See where he was. What does he actually fall to? What's his name? Oh, there he is, Moses Hackett. Actually, he's not that bad. He's a 70, playing up to a 71. That's not as bad as I kind of thought it was going to be. I'm going to move him back to strong safety, but still, that's not that bad. I thought he was going to be a lot worse. I thought he was going to be like a 62 or something. We'll move him back to strong safety, and he can get a little bit of work as a backup on special teams and stuff. And we'll get ready to simulate the preseason here. We should be fairly simple. Just go over here and hit regular season. I'm thinking we're going to have a similar simulation year as we've had the past couple because we really haven't changed our team very much. Yeah, we lost Dallas Turner, but was he really producing that much as a guy who was 1 year away from retirement? So, I don't know. I would think we're going to simulate very well, but this game, you never know what's going to happen. It's very unpredictable. Oh, Junior Morant, even without that dev trade, goes up to a 71 in the preseason. Pretty sick. We'll load in the final draft class. Well, technically, the one we just did was the final draft class, but we'll just load one in just for posterity reasons. And let's get simulating here. Can we have a good simulation season to end out the year and end out the series? We beat the Jets. That's a good start. I mean, we're one of the best teams in football, so we should simulate very well. And now we take on the Steelers. I'm still thinking about that Joel Harris move to the Ravens. Insane decision. I mean, he could have gone to any team. Literally any team in the league. And the Ravens are who he chose. Man, man, man. We'll have to keep an eye on that battle in the AFC North and see if the Browns are doing well and if the Ravens are doing well. I don't know who else the Ravens have on their team. If they're going to be like a good team now that they just needed maybe they were a quarterback away. I don't know. Let's take a quick peek here. We've got the Ravens at 3-3 and the Browns at 3-3, so they're both not playing very well with their new quarterbacks. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll keep simulating here. We take on the Ravens, so we take on Joel Harris in his new digs, and we beat him 42-6. We got a DB breakout. All right. A little DB breakout situation. As long as he's in the best situation to actually achieve it. Who is the DB that's breaking out here? It is going to be, at the press conference, it is going to be Andrew Jackson, Mr. President. Okay, we'll go with a versatility goal. 3 combined tackles for loss, forced fumbles, or pass deflections to go up from normal to star. That seems pretty simple, but it is Madden simulation, and I guarantee you he's not going to get it. The odds are probably not in his favor. It's probably plus 800, I'd say, that he'd get this. He didn't get it. Yeah. If you bet the over that he was over under, he was going to get it or not, or yes or no, he was going to get it. He didn't get it. So that was pretty easy to figure out. I don't know why give me, and he's going to get another chance at it. Why give me DB breakout situations if 90% of the time you're going to say, oh, this time it's Mike Faulkner, actually. If 90% of the time you're going to say that he didn't get it in sim. DB breakouts are frustrating. This time he has a chance. I think Mike Faulkner is a superstar already, so he has a chance to go up from superstar to X Factor, which would be pretty sick if he could do that. He's not going to, but it'd be pretty sick if he could. We did lose the game to the Lions. That doesn't mean he didn't get it, but he didn't get it. Yeah. If you went on DraftKings and you said if you bet the if you bet the option of is he going to get it or not, and you said he's not going to get it, you'd be rolling in the cash. Actually, no, you probably wouldn't be because that'd be the favorite. So that'd be minus instead of plus. So you probably wouldn't be making as much cash as you probably think. Although Andrew Jackson does get a skill point. We are in a little losing streak, though. We lost 2 in a row. I don't like that. We're losing against teams that are good in the NFC. We come back with a win against the Colts. We're cruising in this division right now. The Ravens are 4-9, man. Did Joel Harris make the worst decision he could have made? Wow, he's not having a good year. He must not have looked at their roster before he chose to sign with them because they are not having a season to remember. Lose to the Titans there, but we are in the playoffs. And we are the number 1 seed currently, but it's a big battle. If we slip up anymore, we might lose this spot as the number 1 seed, but I really don't want to lose this spot. Keep winning games, please, please, please. No, lose to the Texans. Win this game, please. Please win this game. Please. Oh, we won, but we still lost the 1 seed. The Dolphins go 12-5, and they beat us at 12. We're 12-5 as well. Oh, we lost to the Texans. That killed us, man. We have a couple of guys that are in the top half of different stats around the league, but we are going to be playing in the wild card, unfortunately. Unfortunate. Super, super unfortunate. Let's take a look at these stats. And it looks like the Browns made the playoffs. Wow. The Ravens miss out at 6-11, and the Browns, who lose their quarterback and get Mike Emery from the Steelers, end up going 10-7. So that, I mean, the Browns are just a well put together team at this point. They can just plug and play any quarterback. 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions for Addison Arrington this year. I mean, he's just putting up Hall of Fame type of numbers. He's a great quarterback. And then Jeff Medlock has 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns. We have a nice balance of running and passing on this offense. Larry Sharp puts up great numbers this year. He kind of gets underutilized sometimes, but this year he put on a show. 1,400 yards and 18 touchdowns for him, which is pretty awesome. Michael Dotson in what hopefully will be his final year so we can see him retire. 989 and 3 touchdowns. He's just so old at this point. Then we got defensively, Jermaine Kirkpatrick with 95 tackles. Davis Urban had 87. Luke Brown. Why do we got 2 guys that feel like country singers? 68 tackles for Connor Archer. Then he also led the team in both tackles for loss and sacks because he's a beast. 10 tackles for loss for Miles McKinney, and then 16 sacks for Archer, 6.5 for Hodges, 5 for Hayes, and then interceptions, Mr. President, 4 interceptions. Jermaine Kirkpatrick had 2, so did Luke Brown. All right, good numbers. And as you can see, in the last episode, Miss Juice officially surpassed John Madden on the Legacy leaderboard, and I think they're already spoiling it. She's confirmed to be a Hall of Famer when she retires, which might be this episode. Might very well be this episode. But we are going to jump in as we usually do in the playoffs and hopefully get to another Super Bowl and win 7, right? It'd be 7? Hold on, let me go to the league. Let me go to the thing real quick. Legacy leaderboard. No, it would be our 8th Super Bowl for Miss Juice. That's right, because Trevor's got 4 and then Addison's got 3, so that's 7. Quick math. So if Addison can win a 4th Super Bowl, he would tie Trevor Lawrence for the most in team history, and then there'd be a significant argument who the better quarterback in team history is. I don't know, but we got to get there first. We can't think about that until we actually get to it. So let's go beat the Chargers. We've got home field advantage until we get to the Dolphins. So let's go and do this. We've got a pretty big wild card game here against the Chargers. Thankfully, we have home field advantage throughout until obviously we match up with the Dolphins in the AFC Championship if they are able to get there. And obviously, if we're able to get there, it's not a guarantee either way. I would like to be there, though. And I'd like to be in the Super Bowl as well. And it looks like we're trending that way. 24-7 is beautiful. Chargers can't score, and that's the ball game. 24-7. And the Blues will continue to play. Chargers will go down. Doesn't seem like they were much of a threat, thankfully. Addison Arrington, his hopes are still alive to tie Trevor Lawrence for the most Super Bowls in franchise history. I'd say, 8 Super Bowls in 15 years, not too bad for a relocation franchise. Even 7 in 15 years is not too bad. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Let's advance to the NFC, AFC divisional rounds. Who are we playing? Division rival, the Indianapolis Colts. We've played against them plenty of different times, both in the regular season, obviously, and in the playoffs. We have a big history with them. Oh, it's time to write another chapter. This time, it needs to be us. Anthony Richardson, as I was loading into this game, Anthony Richardson is still the quarterback of this Colts team. He's been the quarterback for the entire series for this Colts team, which is pretty crazy. We've obviously had 2 quarterbacks in our time. And I'm hoping that this quarterback, the second of the 2, can get the job done. We're up 10-0, though. That's pretty nice. In the 4th quarter, Colts are trying to score, and they do. Can we hold on for the victory? Oh my God. Oh my God, they tied it. It's 10-10. I can't believe this is where we are right now. It is 10-10 in the final minutes of the game, and I'm going to try to hit Larry Sharp. He drops it last second, Larry. Why? Why, Larry? You didn't need to drop that. You had that in your grasp. All you had to do was firmly grasp it. Oh, that's an insane pass rush, but somehow Addison Arrington shrugs it off like it's nothing. Addison Arrington's a beast. And with 38 seconds, he gets out of bounds. Addison Arrington is goated on all of the sticks. And we are just a couple of plays away from potentially winning this game, but I got hit on the throw. I had an open man. Hit on the throw is brutal. The offensive line, you got to do me some favors here, man. You got to do me some favors. I'm going to go out of the backfield. That's Jeff Medlock. Juke move. Oh, it's electric juke move. We're going to call a timeout just in case. I know we went out of bounds, but I just want to call it just in case. We know that our kicker is not amazing because I don't remember even who it is. So I don't assume he's amazing. So we're not even going to have to worry about it. LaMichael Dotson gets us into beautiful field goal range. And now they want me to just run it to win this game. Well, if I can line it up into the middle, I will do that. So we'll give it to Medlock. He'll hand it up the middle. Jeff Medlock, he doesn't want a field goal. He wants a tutty. That was a beautiful run. We are guaranteed a field goal now. with 16 seconds left. Can I punch it in to win with a touchdown? Medlock trying his best. And I think we're just going to let it ride here. I don't want to risk anything, so if he would have got in there, it would have been pretty sick. But we're going to let this drop. We're going to win on a walk-off field goal and go to the AFC Championship. So call our final timeout. 1 second remaining. 21-yard field goal. They're going to ice me. I hope my kicker's good enough. I don't even know who he is. Oh, no. Here we go. I should be able to hit this. We're in a dome, so we don't have to worry about wind. And boom. 13-10. The Blues advance again. We are on to the AFC Championship for who knows how many times in a row. I can't even remember. It's been so many. Oh, we did it again. Are we playing the Dolphins, though? That's the big question. I don't know if the Dolphins won. They might have got bumped. They might have got bumped. They'd be pretty hilarious if they did. But here we go, AFC Championship. We'll find out. Is it going to be the Dolphins or will it be somebody else? They got beat. The Bengals move on, and it'll be home field advantage throughout. Wow, Miami, what are you doing? You're fraudulent. You shouldn't have been the 1 seed. You didn't deserve it. That's crazy. They got bumped in the first round, or their first round. And then the Vikings and the Lions are the other two teams that we have a chance to play in the Super Bowl if we are able to beat the Bengals, which I think we should because we are the Blues. We are better. We have made it back to another AFC Championship, and thankfully, thank you to the Miami Dolphins for gifting us home field advantage throughout by losing to the Cincinnati Bengals team. But just because we have home field advantage doesn't mean we can take the Bengals lightly, because they beat the Dolphins, who are a similar talent level to us. But it seems like we're simulating pretty well right now, and I'm happy about that. We're into the fourth quarter. It's 17-7. Got a nice little lead, 24-7. That might mean Super Bowl again. And it does. The St. Louis Blues will play in another Super Bowl. We have rebuilt the dynasty. We had the original dynasty with Trevor Lawrence. Then we took some time off, had a random Super Bowl win in there with Addison Arrington where he got his first one. And then we took some more time off. And then we've gotten another dynasty built up. 2 separate dynasties in this series. And we will play for our potential 8th Lombardi Trophy of the dynasty. That's pretty crazy. But who's it going to be against, the Vikings or the Lions? It'll be the Detroit Lions, who I think, if I remember correctly, beat us during the regular season. So it all comes down to this. And it looks like Anthony Richardson won the MVP, so good for him. But it all comes down to this. The final game of the series, the Blues, the Lions, a battle for the championship. If we win this, it's our 8th, and it's Addison Arrington's 4th. And Miss Juice gets her 8th championship, which would, obviously, she's already solidified as the greatest of all time, but she would definitely be with 8. So let's do that. Let's go win an 8th one. The Super Bowl has arrived. The Blues and the Lions battling for the final championship of the series. Lions lead 3-0. We tie it at 3. Can we drive down and score some more points? Possibly. No, not really. Lions get a touchdown on the board. Can we score a touchdown, please? There we go. 10-10. Oh, we're driving. We are driving. I might have to jump in here. From the 4-yard line, 1 minute and 11 seconds is all that stands between us and glory. Handoff. Medlock gets absolutely brutalized by the Detroit defense. Okay. They were prepared for the run. We are lined up for a field goal. I don't want to win a Super Bowl on a walk-off field goal. I'd rather win it with a touchdown. And Medlock might do it right here. He's into the end zone. But did he score too quickly? We'll find out. Come on. They can't do it. They can't do it. It's 4th and 9. 26 seconds between us and a historic 8th championship. Can we do it? Can we do it? Down the field. Caught. Oh my God, they've got no time left. It's caught, but that might have just killed him. And it's over. The St. Louis Blues are on top of the football world for the 8th time in franchise history. Wow. We did it again. And Miss Juice. I mean, she was already solidified as the GOAT head coach of all time with 7. But winning her 8th in 15 years? I mean, there's no debate. There's absolutely, you can't even argue anybody. You can't argue Belichick. You can't argue Tom Landry or Don Shula or who, name your head coach. You can't argue. It's Coach Juice. It's Miss Juice. She's the GOAT. She's done it all. And I hope that with this success means the retirement of LaMichael Dotson. Because I really don't want to see him. I really don't want to see him keep going and keep regressing and it just be sad. I don't want to see that. So we get our contract extended, but I could very easily retire right here. Miss Juice might retire. We'll see what happens. So we have retirements. Are there going to be any St. Louis Blues player? Please, LaMichael. He's staying around for another year. Okay, whatever. We're ending it right here. Just know in our hearts that LaMichael Dotson retired because he's going to significantly regress. It's going to be actually a little crazy. I'm kind of annoyed that he hasn't retired yet. Let's take a look at the season recap. So we win 17-10. Addison Arrington wins another championship. That's our 8th in total. We'll go through the entire history of the series in a second. We don't win any awards, but Anthony Richardson gets his MVP. So let's go all the way down here. So this is the very first championship, because obviously that one is the real life one. So this one was the first one. The Eagles beat the Ravens. Then in year number 2, Colts beat the Bucks. So we had Anthony Richardson win his first first championship. Also, Miss Juice won Coach of the Year that year. Then in year 3, we got our first one, the first of 4 in a row with Trevor Lawrence. Then we go back to back. In year 4, year 5 is the 3-peat, and in year 6 is the 4-peat. Something that's never been done. Obviously, the 3-peat's never been done as well, but something that's never been done before, which is the 4-peat. But then we take a little time off. The Ravens get one. In year 8, we come back. This is the random one that I was talking about. This is the first time that Addison Arrington gets one, and Miss Juice also gets Coach of the Year again. Then we get some time off again with the Panthers winning one. Then the Browns win one. This is the start of the Browns dynasty. Joel Harris, who now we know is a turncoat, he gets back-to-back. He gets a 3-peat. He also won MVP that year. And then we get back on top, and this is the start of our 3-peat. So Addison Arrington gets his 2nd, he gets his 3rd, and he gets his 4th, his final one. So those are your champions. Let me know down below in the comments who you think is the best quarterback. Do you think it's Trevor Lawrence, or do you think it is Addison Arrington? It's tough to say. It's tough to say who would be the best of the bunch. Did we get any records? There are no Blues records in terms of career numbers in the NFL. But what about just Blues all-time career records? So the all-time leader in passing yards in Blues history is Addison Arrington with 38,000. He also has the most touchdowns with 299. And then Fred Taylor, because we took over the Jacksonville Jaguars, so we didn't have a running back who passed the rushing yard number, so it's still Fred Taylor. But then LaMichael Dotson, or not LaMichael, Jeff Medlock is what I wanted to say. He has 91 touchdowns in his career. And LaMichael Dotson, as you would expect, owns all of the career receiving numbers, our records. Will Anderson Jr. has the career sack record. And then Mathis, who obviously is not a Blues player, has the most interceptions in a career. In a season, it should be all of us. Actually, it's not all of us. There's actually a couple that are not from our dynasty or from our series. But most passing yards in a season, Addison Arrington. Most touchdowns, Arrington. Rushing touchdowns, Isaiah Pacheco from early on. Then you've got Brian Thomas Jr. with touchdown catches. You've got Will Anderson Jr. with sacks in a season. In a game, we have Trevor Lawrence, who had touchdowns in a game in 2020 or in 2028. We had, this has to be us, right? 2024, 508. There's no way Trevor Lawrence in real life has had a 500-yard game, so that has to be us. What about, Amon-Ra right here in 2028 had 4 touchdown catches. That's probably the same game that Trevor had 6 touchdown passes. but no other one for the Blues in a game. In rookie season, Gardner Minshew, look at him. Look at Gardner Minshew go. We don't have anybody. LaMichael's in here. I didn't see that. LaMichael's got 8 touchdown catches. 9 touchdown catches in a season is the best for a rookie for Jaguars slash Blues history. That's kind of crazy. And then McCain had 72 catches in 2029. All right, pretty sick. And then rookie games, we have Brandon McCain who with 11 touchdown or 11 catches in a game, which is pretty cool. And that looks like that's the only one. So those are your St. Louis Blue career numbers. And we already saw career stats. 38,000 yards for Addison Arrington. Pretty sick. Is Trevor Lawrence still in the league right now? I guess we'll find out. I don't think he is. I don't remember what team he's on anymore. He was on the Raiders, but then he left the Raiders a couple years ago. I don't remember what team he's on. He might have retired already. Could this menu be any slower? There's Bryce Young and the Chiefs. Anthony Richardson, 64,000 career yards. There's Trevor Lawrence. So he is still in the league. 71,000 yards and 551 touchdowns. So he's in the 500 touchdown club. Good for him. A lot of interceptions. All right. So Blues career numbers. Medlock, we know what his numbers are looking like. 6,700 yards, 91 total touchdowns. LaMichael Dotson's a GOAT. Larry Sharp's a beast. Brandon McCain's a stud. Medlock's great. And then, it's Derek Vincent. He's a good player. Good for him. Defensively, Jermaine Kirkpatrick, 611 career tackles. Archer had 524. If we kept playing, Archer probably would pass Will Anderson Jr.'s sack record. He'd probably be the career leader in the end, if I had to guess. Connor Archer leads the tackle, or at least tied with Tyreek Hodges for tackles for loss in a career. And then the sack leader by a wide margin, it is Connor Archer with 102, and then Hodges is next up with 76. I mean, they're only a year apart, but just the position that they play is so drastically different in terms of sacking the quarterback. Interception career numbers, Luke Brown, Mike Faulkner both have 9. The president, Andrew Jackson, 7. Okay, those are your career numbers for the Blues. And obviously we know that Miss Juice is the GOAT head coach of all time. She's leading the legacy leaderboard by a large margin. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to retire her off. We're going to have Miss Juice retire from the NFL. I mean, what else can she do? She's won 8 championships. She doesn't need to do anything. She's proven herself. So we'll take one final look at this roster. I mean, we've got some legendary players in this series, including Addison Arrington. What a GOAT. I mean, he was just... I took a chance on him. We were debating whether or not even to trade for him, because we were going to maybe draft a quarterback with one of those first-round picks from the Raiders that we got when we traded Trevor Lawrence to them. But we ended up grabbing this kind of unknown kid to us. We didn't think he was going to be anything for us. Maybe he was just a Band-Aid, but he ended up being much more than that. He was fantastic. Couldn't have been happier with the decision to make to bring Addison Arrington in and be the quarterback for us. Jeff Medlock was a stud. He wasn't the first guy in the running back room, but he was an amazing player. Fantastic player. Larry Sharp, we got in a trade. I don't even remember how long we've had him. He's been on the team for a while. Yeah, he's been on the league since 2030 was his first year. He was in New York drafted by the Jets, but then we brought him in, and he's been a Blue ever since, and he's been fantastic. Putting up his best touchdown number of his career with 18. He kind of popped off a little bit. But Larry Sharp is fantastic. He's no LaMichael Dotson, but he is a fantastic player, and I'm happy that we have him on the squad because he's pretty good. 6'4", good body, good control, good route running. I mean, he's a do-it-all type of receiver. He's a do-it-all type of receiver. Then we had Derek Vincent, who I don't really know too well. We didn't really get to know him that well. He's a good receiver. I'm sure he's going to continue to develop, and he might even be the number 1 receiver on the team at some point if we were to go further. But here he is, the best receiver in franchise history, LaMichael Dotson. We took him in that very first draft, that very first offseason. He might have even been our first-round pick in that year. And he has had a wonderful career. Love him. Absolutely love him. Brandon McCain turned out to be a freak tight end. He was like a star dev tight end that we had, and he wasn't even supposed to be the guy, but he ended up being the guy because he's a beast. Lawrence Adkins has been here since a long time. I don't know if he's been here since the beginning, but he's been here a long time. Has he been here since the beginning? No, he was in 2027 or 2026, whatever he was. He got drafted. So, but he's been here for a while, basically. He's been here for a while. We've had a great offensive line. We've been able to rotate guys in and out. And then on the defense, I mean, what can you say about anything else except for Connor Archer is a freak. He's an absolute utter monster. He's got 99 power moves and finesse moves and block shed and tackling and play rec and awareness. This man is a god tier pass rusher. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I don't know if I've ever seen a pass rusher that has 99s, as many 99s as he has. He's a Hall of Fame pass rusher. Tyreek Hodges is right up there with him in terms of greatest defensive lineman of the generation. I mean, he's unbelievable. He kind of gets overshadowed because of how dominant and how good Connor Archer is. The president, Andrew Jackson, beast, only getting started in his career, and he's already a freak. I mean, he's got 96 press, 99 man coverage. I mean, Mr. President is going to go crazy in his career. I'm kind of glad that we are ending this because I don't think we'd be able to re-sign him. We'd probably have to let him go. I don't really want to let him go because he's a beast, an absolute beast. And then this dude, Cole Mentor, who was kind of just a throwaway type of pick, and he ends up being a freak of nature. Love him. Obviously, who can forget our linebacker that's no longer one of our linebackers, but Batman was on the team. We had Michael Keaton as one of our linebackers for a while. He was a great player. Mike Faulkner, I think we got him in a trade. He was pretty awesome for a couple years for us. Yeah, this team's just a beast. This team's is a juggernaut of a team, a dynasty of a team, and I couldn't be happier. I'm a little sad that they're ending, but we are going to be doing most likely, another relocation franchise in Madden 26. It's probably not going to be at the beginning of the cycle, but it will be at some point a new relocation team. Maybe this time we'll do a team builder team instead of doing one of the pre-built teams from Madden from the relocation side. So I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm thinking we're probably going to be doing a whatchamacallit, another relocation of Madden 26. But this has been fun, man. This has been so fun. And here it is. So what do they have to say? Football is all about people. And nobody knew people better than you. You assembled rosters and accumulated players more effectively than any coach in history, and you ended your 15-year career as one of the league's legendary team builders, and your accomplishments will be remembered forever. We will be the GOAT head coach of all time. Nobody better than Miss Juice. Retire from the league. Yes. And there it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Miss Juice's career is over. She rides into the sunset as the greatest head coach of all time. And I want to thank every single person that's been here since the very beginning of this series for Madden 25. And I cannot wait for Madden 26 to come out. I really hope it's a good game. I'm praying every single night that it is a good game because I need to make content on a good game. I can't keep making content on a bad game like Madden 25. So I really hope for my sanity and for your sanity that Madden 26 is a good game. But before that, we can look forward to College Football 26, which we know is going to be a good game because they're building off of what 25 did, which was a good game. So I'm excited for 26. It's probably already out on early access by the time this video is going up, but I wanted to get this video out to kind of put a bow on the Madden cycle, or at least the series. Maybe we'll throw a rebuild here at the end of July to kind of get the hype going for Madden 26. But as far as series go, done and dusted. Everything's finished. We've wrapped everything up. And now it's time to look all the way into College Football 26. So thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.